Welcome to Apollo's World, where our destination is the constellation of the mind, and we are back in it. First things first, I just want to make a huge shout out to the Ghanaian queen, Verna. Thank you for just being you. Thank you for sending in the question. Much love to you, much respect for you, and I wish you all the health in the world. Keep that head up high and keep being the queen that you are. For real, for real. Hey, we got another question today. So y'all already know what I call the lab, and that's my brain. So we all finna go into the lab today, and we're all gonna put our heads together. So I want you to sit down, I want you to relax, I want you to put your headphones in, whatever you got right now. Get yourself in a relaxing setting. Turn on that incense plant. Do what you gotta do. But rock with me here. Hear my words and think about them. And let's share ideas, but let's do this spiritually. I can't be there for that. But the question is, when is the right time to get married? Now we got a question, don't we? Now hear me out. And this is how pretty much I'm gonna start this off. Now I'm not even gonna choose an age limit or anything. I'm not gonna do none of that. Let's start off with the base situation. Let's start off with the base stance. All right, we got a woman, a guy, you name it, whatever you want the base situation to be. But we have two people who are in a relationship and they feel ready or entitled to essentially marry one another. So I'm gonna apply that question to that situation. These two are established. They are very much essentially prepped or ready to be married, right? But what makes it the right time for them? Now, in my opinion, and this is where I'll start to veer off into what I got in the lab, is that I don't think that this should only be based off of whether they're successful, whether, they got all their ducks in a row, you name it, right? And here's the big one. I do not think it should be based off of love. I feel like that is a common misconception with this whole idea of marriage, right? And I feel like this is normally what happens. This is normally what the cause for a lot of divorces could be, I feel like people get married for the wrong reasons. And I do feel like just love. Hear my words and hear them and focus in on them as minute as you can. Just love. Just love should not be a factor. And hear why. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is a fantastic thing. Love is great. Love could end a war. It could start a war. It could get people killed. It could bring people life. Hear me out. Love can do it all. But that's the problem, right? It's not sturdy. It's not steady. Problem with love is that it changes a lot. It fluctuates. It moves. Even when it's strong, it could go hard in one direction. It could go hard in another. It's a very strong force, but it's also very unstable. So, in my opinion, I feel like marriage should be growth, right? I feel like the whole goal in life that you should have, and I know y'all heard this from my last podcast, so y'all already know what I'm finna tap into right now. The whole goal in life is for you to be able to be the best version of yourself, right? Marriage brings on someone else. Marriage is this ideology of being united with someone else. You say those vows essentially to intertwine you and this other person into this game that we call life. You see what I'm saying? So in that situation, what changed? What's different now? What's different is that you now have another soul that's intertwined with yours that you need to figure out how to live with. So when we talk about marriage, is it only love that we need to use to factor into this now? Hell no. Because y'all need to survive together. And you also need to, you remember, you got a goal. And that other person might have a goal. So what do we do that now that we're married to make sure we get to that goal? We grow. We plan. We take initiative for one another. We make sacrifices. Love is great. But at the end of the day, you're growing to survive out here. You see what I'm saying? And to survive the best way that you can. Now, hear me out. When you're in a relationship with somebody, right? You grow close to them, and essentially you slowly just almost like intertwine with the person that you with them. You see what I'm saying? And there's a point where y'all grow so close together that you just think that this is it. This is the person that I want. This is the person that I need to be with, right? Now that you're at that point, you need to make plans in terms of what I need to do next to be with this person. Once you got that ring on the finger, you need to make plans even after that. Marriage been about growth from jump. When you get married, you need to plan the marriage. When you getting married, you need to plan your honeymoon. If you going on one, you need to plan how you finna do it. After that, you need to plan how y'all gonna get a crib together. You need to plan how y'all gonna do this. Plan when you want a child. Plan when you want this. Plan when you want that. Plan. Why do we make plans? Why do we put two to two together? It's to get to a common goal, right? We need to understand that us as human beings, we make goals to progress in life. Marriage is a chapter in people's lives that grant them the ability to make goals with someone else. It's a growing game. I think people forget, right? We all grow in the same garden, but we got to remember that we on different stems. So when I get married to this person, me and her, right? We could be planted into the same garden together. And she's a beautiful flower, and I'm a handsome flower, and this, that, and the third, and this is great. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna need some watering, maybe a little bit more than she does, and this, that, and the third, just to help us keep growing in that garden. But that's the thing, right? Because when you choose the person who you want to marry, they'll provide you with the water that you need to keep going. But the thing is that you need to make sure that you're providing them with the water for them to keep going. This is a two-way street. I hear a lot of people go that, oh, relationships is a 50-50 thing, but I'm never one to agree with that. You know why? Because you're going to need to put your 100 to make sure that person is putting in their 100 for you. But like I said, it's vice versa. You put in 100 for them, they put 100 for you, and look what we got. We got a beautiful relationship with two people who's trying to grant each other the chance to grow with one another. And that is beautiful. That is fantastic. That is great to see. And that's what it is. When you are in a relationship with somebody, they should be adding water to you, but you got to make sure that you adding water to them. It's not just this choppy bullshit that's being sold to everybody these days. It's not. Like, we got to understand that this game that we play in life, it's a growing game. It's a transition game. Everybody is trying to get somewhere. And marriage is a progression in life. It is. This is why people go up to you and say congratulations. We congrat people when they're progressing. We congrat people when they're moving. We congrat people when they're doing great. This, that, and the third. Congratulations. It is time for you to grow with this person. Marriage is for growth. Not only for love. But like I said, love is a beautiful thing. And if it be something that could bring two people together, and that's great. But now that these people is brought together, let's be strategic about the next choices that we're going to make. When we get married, we're going to do this, yes, with a little bit of love in it. Actually, with all the love in it. But we're not only going to do it just for that. We're going to do it because I know that me and you, we're going to be something together. We're going to be something. We're going to be something, boy. We're going to be quite the team. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's that person is supposed to carry weight with you, boy. That is the point. That is the point. A lot of these marriages out here, they don't work these days because people never take the time out to really sit back and think, is this person for me? And sometimes it be them. Hear me out on this one. And I love to say it. People will bring their boyfriend-girlfriend problems or their boyfriend-boyfriend problems or their girlfriend-girlfriend problems right into their marriage, where they should be having their husband-wife problems. Hear that. Hear me on that. Think about that for a second. People bring their girlfriend-boyfriend problems right into their husband-wife problems. Think about that. I want you to think about that for a second. It's a progression, right? This is going to be a little drastic, but just hear me out. If I get a promotion at my job, right? Let's say I'm a accountant, right? And I get a promotion and they make me a CFO, right? Or not even. Let's say I'm a cashier and I get a promotion and I become a manager, right? Why the hell would I be going through the same stresses that I was going through when I was a cashier if I got things going better for me now? If I got better things on my hands now? More responsibility to be caring for. Why the hell am I caring for the cashier responsibilities only? Don't that sound a little off? Isn't there something weird about that? Something's amiss. People get divorces for shit like that. They be arguing when their girlfriend or boyfriend not handling none of these problems, and then they go right into their marriage thinking that it's just only because they arguing this, that, and the third, because I love this and the... No, that's retarded. It don't make no damn sense. Never had made any sense to me. You would marry somebody knowing good and well that they have financial problems. They cannot handle money. They can't do this. They can't do that. And then all of a sudden, you in the marriage and they're still financially struggling. You can't sit there and be confused and say, oh, I didn't know. You finna had to know. That's the whole point of this dating stuff. It's a trial and error. Trial and error. That's what it is. That's the point. If your goal is to get married one day, when you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, this, that, and the third, that is the trial and error part. For real. I feel like I'm falling off a bit. Let me get back. I'm going to get back. Hear me out. So let's just narrow down the question to where I have to answer and I have to throw an age on it, right? In my opinion, I feel like that we could throw an average and say that age 25 is a solid age for people to get married. And that's just, I'm using this as an average to apply to America today, and even that, it might be a little shaky of an answer. It's not a very solid answer. It's not a good answer. I feel like that there should be way more research done, but I'm saying from, I guess, my opinion in terms of seeing when young people are generally beginning their careers or this, that, and the third, I think it is a nice time to be married. You know what I mean? I think it's a good time. 25 and up. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna just say 25 you gotta be married. That's stupid. 25 and up I feel like is fair. But then also too, I would say when you're with someone for a reasonable amount of time, You know that's who you want. You know that's who you want to grow with. Hear that? You know that's who you want to grow with. Not just who you love, this, and the third. Who you love and who you want to grow with. If you know that. And if you know that person finna also help you grow. And you finna help them grow. And that is the agreement that y'all made between each other, and you know that that person gonna do right by you, then hell yeah. I say you should put a ring on it. Throw a ring on that finger, boy. Get it going. So when is the right time to get married, people? Essentially when you're established. This day and age is normally mid-20s, you know? So if you feel established, if you feel ready to do it, you know? If you know that you're going to help that person grow and that person finna help you grow, go for it. Dive in for it. Remember, people, love is a beautiful thing, okay? And it could be a very terrible thing sometimes. But it's a very unstable force, and it should not be the force that is used as the foundation for the building blocks that we are planning on building with one another. Because why would we use an unstable material for that? We need our buildings to be strong. We need our buildings to be firm, because at the end of the day, I am building with you. I am building to be a better you. Remember, we are in that garden, but we're on different stems. You may just need a little bit more water one day. And you got to make sure that that other flower that you're sitting next to is going to be able to spare some. You see what I'm saying? But don't slip now. Don't you think that all that water is just for you. Because you got to make sure you could give some water too when they need it. We need to learn how to add to each other. We need to learn how to be able to help one another grow. Because it's a very beautiful thing to sit back and see how much the people you love are progressing. Let's grow with one another, yeah. And let's do good. Let's just do it right. Let's do it right. You see what I'm saying? Spit a lot of game. And I think it's time for us to pack it up in the lab. Y'all got my answer to the question. I would love to hear opinions. I would love to hear what you think, this, and the third. And remember, my opinions, they're not black and white, okay? Do not think that I'm somebody who's closed-minded or this, and the third, and is not willing to hear your opinions. Please, please, please. I love to hear your opinions, man. And tell me about it. Maybe you could open up my eyes to something that I may not be paying attention to. And this is the point of Apollo's world. You guys are a part of my world, and I'm a part of yours. And I need us to be able to share the content in our minds to be able for us to grow. This is how that works. Welcome to Apollo's world, where our destination is a constellation in the mind, and you better keep being the best you. Much love to all of you. Be great. Apollo's gone.